The ES&S AutoMARK is a ballot marking system designed to permit a voter to privately and independently mark a ballot. Voting on the ES&S AutoMARK is easy. To begin, insert your ballot into the machine. Note that it takes 2 to 4 minutes for the machine to display your ballot, depending on how much information is on the ballot. If using a 2-part perforated ballot, detach the ballot along the perforation and insert one part into the machine. Note that once you have completed voting on the first part of the 2-part ballot and your marked ballot has been printed, you will need to insert and complete the second portion. A prompt on the screen will let you know the AutoMARK is processing your ballot. When ballots have been programmed with languages other than English, you will be given a choice of language to select from. You will be provided with instruction in both audio and visual display. Carefully review the instructions and select Next to proceed to your ballot. At any time, you may choose to enlarge the letters on screen by selecting the Zoom In or Out function. Or you may choose to change the display from black letters on a white screen to white letters on a black screen by selecting the High Contrast function. The AutoMARK can provide you with audio instruction through the use of headphones, and it also provides access through sip and puff devices, tactile controls, and paddle devices. Let a poll worker know if you would like to use one of these options. The AutoMARK includes an audio control keypad that enables you to adjust volume, pause and repeat the audio message, and even adjust the audio tempo. If you choose to use the sip and puff option, you may provide your own personal sip and puff device or use one provided by the Board of Elections. Gloves are provided and used for sanitary purposes, so each voter has a clean straw. The sip and puff device allows you to navigate through your ballot selections using sip or puff inputs. When a screen prompts you, you may select sip to bypass that screen or puff to move to the next selectable choice on that screen. When you are on a selectable item of the screen, the item will be highlighted in yellow. Selecting sip moves to the next selectable item on the screen. Selecting puff provides the same result as if you had clicked on that item. When on a candidate or question choice, puff selects or deselects that candidate. When on a more scroll bar, sip causes the screen to scroll up or down as indicated. When on a screen button, puff triggers that action. For example, entering puff when zoom is highlighted causes the screen to zoom. Entering puff returns the screen to non-zoomed mode. Selecting sip at any time moves to the next highlighted item. As you select sip repeatedly, the highlight moves down the screen, across the bottom from the right to left, and then loops back to the top. When you are done making selections on any given screen, select sip repeatedly until the next button is highlighted. Select puff to move to the next screen. You can also choose to mark your ballot using a paddle. Plugging in the paddle device allows you to navigate through your ballot using yes or no inputs. When a screen displays, you may select no to bypass that screen or yes to move to the first selectable choice on that screen. When you are on a selectable item of the screen, the item is highlighted in yellow. Selecting no moves on to the next selectable item on that screen. Selecting yes provides the same result as if you had clicked on that item. When on a candidate or question choice, yes selects or deselects that candidate. When on a more scroll bar, no causes the screen to scroll up or down as indicated. When on a screen button, yes invokes that action. For example, entering yes when zoom is highlighted causes the screen to zoom. Entering yes again returns the screen to non-zoomed mode. Selecting no at any time moves to the next highlighted item. As you select no repeatedly, the highlight moves down the screen, across the bottom from left to right, and then loops back to the top. When you are done making selections on any given screen, select No repeatedly until the Next button is highlighted. Select Yes to move to the next screen. Once your ballot is loaded, you will begin to make selections for each candidate or issue for which you intend to cast a vote. To make a choice, select a candidate or issue, and your selection will be displayed on the screen. If you are using headphones, your selection will be confirmed with audio instruction. To move through the ballot after you have voted on a page, select Next to move forward. At any time, you may select Back to return to a previous page. The ES&S AutoMARK also allows you to enter a write-in candidate. To vote for a write-in candidate, select the oval next to the word Write-in. When the write-in oval is selected, the write-in screen is displayed. You can then select the letters and spacebar on the displayed keyboard to spell the name of the candidate. Select the OK button when you have completed this selection. The name of your write-in selection will appear on your ballot. Once voting is complete, you can review your selections on the summary screen before your ballot choices are printed on the ballot. To change a selection that is displayed, you may then select the contest text box on the summary screen. Select the original selection to deselect that candidate's name or choice. Select the new choice, and then select the Next button to return to the summary screen. When satisfied with all selections, select the Next button. After you are satisfied with all your selections, you are ready to mark your ballot. To do so, select the green blinking Next button at the bottom of the screen. You will be asked to confirm that you would like to mark your ballot by touching the Mark Ballot prompt. The AutoMARK will provide visual instruction, and if you are using an audio interface, you will receive an audio message that the ballot is being printed. The next step depends on the specific machines used in your polling place. Check with a poll worker to see if your machine will use the AutoCast feature. If you are voting on a machine that uses the AutoCast feature, you will be provided with another summary screen. You will be prompted to select the green blinking Next button. To review your ballot choices, you will be prompted by the machine to select one of two options: Remove Ballot or AutoCast Ballot. One option that you may choose from is to confirm your ballot selections and have the machine pass your ballot out of the back of the AutoMARK and fed into a locked and sealed ballot box. To do so, you will need to select the right arrow or forward button. The other option which you may choose is, if you are not satisfied with the ballot selections, is to have the AutoMARK present or remove and return to you the marked ballot through the front feed tray to be spoiled. To do so, you will need to select the left arrow or back button. You must then return the spoiled ballot to the appropriate election inspector. To vote a replacement ballot, the appropriate election inspector provides a replacement ballot for you. You will need to begin a new voting session. If you are voting in a county that does not use the AutoCast feature, the machine will return your ballot to you. After a few seconds, a thank you for using the ES&S AutoMARK message will appear on the screen. This means you have successfully completed voting your ballot. To verify your ballot choices after the ballot is printed, you may insert the printed ballot into the AutoMARK. The machine will provide you with both audio and visual instructions. When you are ready to begin the review of your printed ballot, select the green Next button. You will be prompted with a summary review screen. Use the up or down arrow keys to scroll through and review your ballot selections. At the end of the review process, if you are satisfied with your marked ballot, you will be prompted to select the green Next button or right arrow key to advance to the next screen, and the ballot will be returned to you. If you are not satisfied with the ballot selections, when prompted by the AutoMARK, select Return Ballot to you to be spoiled. You must then return the spoiled ballot to the appropriate election inspector and request a replacement ballot. To vote a replacement ballot, the election inspector provides a replacement ballot for you to begin a new voting session. A privacy sleeve is provided for you to cover your ballot choices during the transportation of the ballot in the polling place. When you are satisfied with the completed printed ballot, you will proceed to the ballot box and insert your voted ballot. You have now completed the voting process.